what's up, my people? Or should I say, hey, what's up, our people? Welcome to another episode of Uncensored Bud.
I did it on purpose. I didn't want to mind
I
you.
trust you. I trust you.
You people.
So you want to sing? Sing.
Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Uncensored Bud.
Seasoned. I don't have the voice, and I'm not going to do it.
We are here.
Tito wants to.
Oh, no.
Tito, you want to do it? We can run it back.
No.
Season.
There we go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We are back with another episode. If you are new here, we are on. Hopefully, by this episode, we would have got to our 100 subscribers.
Yeah, we're getting to it by the close of this week. I'm still taking people's phone to subscribe.
Listen,
Yeah,
I
by any
feel like I'm
means
gonna.
necessary.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
You haven't done that. That's what I do. When I
Yeah,
go to
I'm gonna do
parties and
that.
stuff, I'm subscribing. Like,
Excuse me. Let me see your phone go onto YouTube. How's your week been?
My week has been, I don't know, non-existent, but I'm alive. So I give glory to God for being alive, but it's just been non-existent.
What about yours?
It's been busy with work.
Okay.
You know the ones where you feel like you've worked? Yeah, so one of them ones. Because normally I like to try and see what I can get away with sometimes. But
I can't relate.
Listen, today has been a day for me. As you don't know, I've gone from Leeds to Manchester to London in one day, all because of train, and somebody wanted to be blowing up Stevenage train station and whatnot. Listen, it's been a day, so I'm thanking God and I'm thanking for getting me here and keeping my energy up for this episode.
I can't relate to your energies, but I mean, I'm sorry to be the bomber here, but I mean, I can't relate. I've just been sleeping all through, so I can't relate.
Oh, you're enjoying life.
I love that for you.
Yeah, I love that.
Don't
for
love
you.
that for me, because that's not what I want for myself.
So why are you sleeping then?
Life happens, and life is happening. So
You want to talk about it?
keep me in your prayers. I really do need it. Like, sincerely, I've never asked for this, but I really do need prayers though. So
Y'all heard
if you
that.
go to bed, just say a prayer for me. Just tell God that please be on Joanna's case, because I need some urgency. I need God to,
All right.
Cool, we
So-
got you
Divine
covered.
intervention is what you need.
Yes.
All right, we got you.
Okay.
We're gonna say a little prayer for you.
Oh God, I'm bored. At this point, I'm bored with the music, guys. Jason, can you do something else?
Nah, cause so this past couple of weeks I've been watching, the internet space, podcast space, interview space, and someone sent me something to watch, and she thought it would be a good conversation to have and just talk about. So do you wanna lead us into that topic?
Lady, just throw me under the bus all the time.
Should be a ghost.
I'm a what?
Yeah, ghost.
I'm a ghost.
Ghost.
I thought it's. I had ghost,
Ghost.
What do you know?
There's
Ghost.
accent. I don't know what
I
accent.
don't know which
he's
accent he's trying to figure out. Jamaican, Nigerian,
It's
Caribbean,
Nigerian,
everything
guys.
mixed up
It's
together.
Nigerian. That's my ghost.
This is Nigerian.
We're
Ghost.
still working on this.
And
Don't worry.
they deported
Chat
you, I'm
GPT
sure.
is helping me learn Yoruba, by the way.
I mean, yeah. So we're gonna talk about. I think we've dealt with so many traumas, like traumas and stuff.
Yes.
We've done. If you've not watched our previous episodes,
We've
please.
done friendship trauma. We've done familial trauma.
Yeah.
And we have doing.
We're not doing relationship trauma. The
There-
romantic.
There
relationship.
is a relationship trauma episode out there.
No, there's none, guys. Don't listen to Jason Kidd. Whatever he's saying does not hold water. Don't listen to
There
him.
is a relationship trauma episode out there.
Cut.
Can you let me land?
No.
Can you let me land?
I've heard about
No.
this.
Can you let me land? Let me land.
It's not happening.
There's a
okay?
relationship trauma episode out there that at some point in the future we may put out. Possibly.
It's been deleted, baby.
You see, you're actually baiting yourself up. I didn't even say nothing about you.
I didn't put it. I just said it's been deleted.
Yeah, your reaction though.
Whatever.
But yeah, this
Throwing
will
me under
be,
the
we'll be
bus.
talking about relationship trauma.
There's no relationship trauma out there, so don't.
As in
no.
today.
Today, yes, but we don't have any from before. There is. All right, guys. So we're gonna be delving into relationship trauma, and I'm happy to have and guests join in to, discuss this.
She's a familiar face.
Yes, family
You
affairs.
should
If
know
you've
me
seen
by
our
now.
previous episode, you probably have seen her before.
They have
Welcome again, Tito.
Thank you.
Hey,
having
Tito,
me.
how are
Glad
ya?
to be back.
Hello, how are ya?
Hi, how are ya?
Oh, that's it.
Don't gang up on me. Don't gang up on me with Jason. Don't
Oh,
do that.
no, don't worry,
It's
don't
women,
worry.
of
course.
supporting women here. You can do that after.
Oh, no.
But right now,
Listen,
it's
I
you and I.
stand by
I've got
myself,
you.
okay? All right.
So I
I
can
have
stand by myself. I don't have
I
a
have 4
backbone.
sisters, all right?
Oh, child.
I say you lot just said you two against me. Did you not just say that?
Did we say against?
Didn't say-
Just supporting each other. I never said
putting
against.
And so
words
who's
in our
supporting
mouths.
me?
Tito is supporting you
We're all
too.
supporting
Who's
each
supporting
other.
me?
We're all
I like the way
supporting
Tito is
each
so
other.
calm about him. We're all supporting each other.
Listen,
she
I
makes
need
me
to
look
la-
bad. She makes me want to go to etiquette and manners class.
Hey.
Because, baby, this lady doesn't
Bing,
speak too much. She
bing.
goes like, we all supporting each other.
That's not how I sound.
But that's
So
how
this
it sounded.
accent as well. You guys both need to work on your accent.
First of all.
Tito, I'm Ghanaian. Please don't come for my accent. Don't do that.
I said both of you
Oh,
before you say I'm ganging up on someone.
This is American British show, so
Uh,
not me.
American.
American.
all the
Anyways, guys, it's lovely to have you here once again, and it's going to be a serious and a touchy conversation for me.
Relationship trauma.
Relationship trauma. Tito, you're a guest. I'm going to put you on the hot seat. Have you ever experienced relationship trauma when it comes to the love side, the romantic part of relationship?
no, thank God. But I have had a lot of like friends and people close to me who have experienced it, and so I'm aware of what it's like to deal with from that perspective, not being the person in it, but being like the loved one around the person, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I've seen it enough to know that it's not what I want.
It's not what you want. I'm happy for you that you've never experienced that.
And you will never experience it.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
Was the accent
Amen.
better?
I like that accent.
Yeah, I
you need to
didn't
drop it.
question it. So yeah, it was.
That's good.
Sorry.
Wow, don't be gassing him up on this accent, He needs to stay with one accent. Whatever he wants to speak, just stick with it,
I will be whatever I want to be whenever I want to talk. I'm going to say what I got to say. And you people will deal with it how you deal with
dear.
it. 3.
I'm a it's okay, let's move on. Okay. I don't want to ask how old you are because obviously
I'm 28.
wow. Not like I'm an auntie.
You see?
I don't mind.
You see how you just giving yourself anti-title?
Why? I'm an auntie. Regardless, I'm an auntie. I don't care.
If I were now the one to say that you're an auntie,
It's fine. I'll
you
take it.
no, you wouldn't. You would be like, listen,
No, because see, do I look like your auntie?
No.
So
Auntie Joe.
thank you. That's my name. Everyone calls me Auntie Joe, so it's fine. I mean, so if you're 28 and you've never experienced relationship trauma, kudos to you. It means you're really doing a good job.
And it means she's picky, which is good.
No, she's doing a good job because she's
Yeah, but
really
she's-
studying and being sensitive to her
But
environment.
she's also choosing who she
Yeah,
decides to entangle herself with in a romantic way.
Jason,
to avoid that.
over to you. Have you experienced any relationship trauma?
Yeah, I have.
Uncle?
I'm not an
Yeah.
uncle. I'm not an uncle.
Guys, he's saying he's not an uncle, but he is, okay?
I ain't no uncle.
Uncle Jason, have you experienced?
Almost an uncle, actually.
Uncle
Yes.
just gist us,
Almost
I
an
beg.
uncle. Almost an uncle. Oh wow. Yeah, I've been cheated on before.
That's a trauma?
Uh-uh.
I'm sorry I sounded insensitive, but
Very.
I mean...
Very for all y'all that's been cheated on. Y'all get in these comments and be like, she sounded harsh. No, I've been cheated on, and obviously what that does is it can reduce your ability to trust. And so also, so that I had to deal with the ramifications of that, because that was a very tough situation, because I stayed, and obviously but the hopeless romantic in me was like, oh, it's gonna get better, gonna get better, and it just kept happening. And I think what I learned about myself from that situation, now obviously I'm going deep into this, but what I learned from that situation for myself is I have the ability to forgive once and give a second chance.
Jammed.
Yeah, I will. There's no.
He's just covering everything for himself.
Of course, now, but you guys can ask questions as we go on. But I have the ability to forgive as many times as I can, and but I only have the capacity, mental capacity, to give a second chance once. I can't give third, fourth. I can't do that.
I don't know. But Tito, I'm very happy for you. 28. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm trying to. The reason why I'm saying 28, I'm just trying to back it up
Like
to
where
that
you
age
were.
where I was. And
Have you dealt with any relationship trauma?
you see, I've said it in all our episodes. I have, but you see, as I said, I don't know how to deal with things. I just throw things under the carpet.
So, I know you mentioned that you've done that in friendships, but also in relationships too.
Yes, see, with me, if I'm with you and you hurt me, 1, 2, I only have, I said it in all the previous, I have 72 hours window for everything. That's 3 days. So for me to walk away or to make a decision, it will take me 72 hours. And I don't wait. I see the signs. I'm not those women that you have to keep playing things in my face. I see that I'm like, okay, uncle, it's not like you feel the same way about me again. So I'll start removing myself from the situation before it gets to where you have to torture me to that point. But I mean, sometimes life happens. We find ourselves in situations that we don't want to be in, but life will throw it at you anyways. So I've had a circumstances or a situation where I have been through all the ups and downs, the trauma, but it's not the time for me to talk about that experience.
Yeah, there'll be an opportunity for
so
that.
we will talk about that properly. That requires a whole different episode.
So do you think that anything from the past may have fueled how you found yourself in that situation?
No. When we were dealing with the family trauma, I told you that I didn't know that I had that. When we were unpacking the issues, I didn't know I had daddy issues.
Yeah.
So I was always looking for a daddy in the men that I would date.
So could that have been maybe some of the reason why you dealt with that? Because I think it's so important. I don't know why. I feel like I know why I may have stayed, because I think.
Listen, you better be real as possible. You're not going to drop anything and leave it in your head.
No, I'm not going to leave it. I'm just having to process it, because
Okay.
this is the first time I've actually thought about this in this way. I think in my friendships, or some of the friendships that I've had growing up, like in my younger years, like secondary school, college, and some of the early years in Atlanta, maybe some of the years in Atlanta, I think I've kind of always been used to somewhat being disappointed and given second chances and third chances and fourth chances. So it could be that my nature is always just the next time round is going to be cool. We can, do that. And that could have been another reason why I, allowed that to happen. Because for me, if you tell me that I won't do it again, I'm going to believe you. If you apologize and appear sincere, I'm gonna believe you, and I'll give grace. But don't you think
that's also a problem?
It used to be, definitely used to be, but not now.
When I say it's a problem stemming from your emotions and the trauma that you also have to deal with, because then you're not gonna trust people again.
No, but the thing is, easy for me to trust. It's easy for me. Like it's so easy for me to trust people.
If I pull out a gun and I shoot you in the feet, poof poof.
I'm saying this used to be a problem. Even still now, it's still easy for me to trust people. Like I would trust your word until you show me that your word can't be trusted. Even if you hurt me, I can give you a second chance, but I won't give you a third, fourth, fifth. I can forgive as many times as you offend me,
but you can't forget.
By the time you do it the third time, you're no longer in the same space that you were in my life as you were before. And again, that goes back to maybe just dealing with that growing up, because I'd like to think I'm a loving person. So I just like to exude. I think so. I think I can. There's always levels to grow, and I think I'm always learning about my capacity to love. Even in that relationship, I was like, raw, I didn't realize I was capable of doing so much for somebody.
But let's back it down a bit, because you mentioned that you were cheated on and then you stayed after the cheating.
Yeah.
So how did you find out, first of all, and then what made you've already mentioned that you were used to being disappointed or whatever, but I want to know, because for a man, I've been around men enough that I know that when you cheat on them, they cannot forget. They can't forgive. Like, it's like you killed your mommy. They
Nah,
don't know
it's
how
never
to
there.
just forgive you.
No, I can, but I'm not. It's harder for me to carry around grudge than it is for me to forgive. So I'm always going to choose the easy way out for me. And what was the second question you said?
The first one was, how did you find out?
Oh, how did I find out? Your boy's kind of like a part-time FBI agent, but also you know your people, you know your person. When patterns start to change,
Then that's the thing.
I'm looking like, what's happening here?
And then they apologized and you forgave them.
Yeah.
And then, so what happened? What led
Because
to
basically,
the breakup?
like if I look at the situation, at first we started out real cool. I was taking her places she ain't never been, but now.
Take him.
But then she was getting comfortable. I wasn't doing the things that she was.
An empty street, an empty house, a hole inside my heart.
If you know, you know.
What?
Don't worry. Don't worry.
What happened?
And what's good? What's
Where he was taking her places he's never been.
Yeah,
And I understand that bit
song
as well.
The song.
Whatever. Let's
And then
go
even
there.
what's it? Joe said, "I can tell you're lying, cause when you're replying, stutter, my day. You do not know me, but I know you very well.
So
And
you were
let me
doing
tell you."
that. Okay, and then.
But you understand patterns, and then you know you just sometimes you see something.
So
and
have
you're
you
like,
dealt with that trauma? Like, have you dealt with that? You know.
I'll let you know when I'm in my next relationship, but I think so.
So after wait. Before I move to Tito, so after that relationship, you've never been in any relationship.
No, yeah. I've had
How
talking
long
stages.
ago is this?
Let's not.
Now I just want to know that. Don't give me a rough. Give me an estimate. Maybe 5 years, 6 years ago, 10 years ago.
It's been a while.
Woo!
been
Boy,
a while.
baby. I mean,
But
that has taken a toll on you then.
yeah, but no, it hasn't taken a toll on the reason I haven't gone into a relationship has nothing to do with trust. It hasn't got anything to do with trust. It's just I haven't
Found.
because I hadn't been in a relationship prior to that in years. So it's not unknown. It's not unnatural for me to not be in a
So is
relationship.
that your only relationship, like your only serious relationship you've ever been in?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
This is your uncle age. Congratulations.
I don't jump into
I
relationships
like this
like that.
perspective on this. I like the fact that she's never had any trauma. You've only had one.
Yeah.
And mommy, don't be disappointed though. Your child have multiple.
But remember that video that you sent me where she was talking about her upbringing and how she was dealing with like the relationship that she was in and the things that she suffered. I think all of that kind of plays into it. Because I feel like, let's say for you to talk, you grew up in a 2-parent household. Your parents were very, let me not assume, were your parents hands-on with you?
In terms of raising.
Yeah. They were hands. So, and then in terms of what you saw from their marriage, what did you see? A healthy marriage? Obviously,
Let
not
her
perfect.
talk about it. Let her talk about
No.
it. Let her
Yeah.
give us, the home she grew up in. Give us an overview of what it was.
I say typical Nigerian family.
Are your parents still together?
Yeah, they are. They live in Nigeria at the moment.
Oh.
But yeah, I think from young, I always remember like there was a picture that they had up in the house of like them kissing.
Yeah.
And as a kid, you're like, ew, you don't want to see
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Put
yeah,
it
yeah.
down. But it's like,
Oh
oh,
my
why am I
God.
seeing this? And like hearing like stories about like my dad loves like going to the cinema. He loves like film related things.
Really?
Whereas my mum is like me, where like we can just fall asleep anywhere. So I remember like them going out to a date once, and she was really just drinking coffee. She's like, I can't fall asleep because he said he would never take me out and again. And I'm just like, okay, cool. So like there are moments where I'm like, oh yeah, like they're trying.
Yeah,
But then there's also the flip side where there's moments where it's like, okay, relationships aren't just fairy tale. Like there's real life, and then the way that things such as like kids, so there's 3 of us, family could interrupt, work as well. My dad worked. He always worked out the country. So it was a lot of like back and forth as well until he started working in Nigeria. Then my mum said, listen, I'm going to go and live with my husband. But I can see how these things can all affect someone's relationship. So I've learned a lot from them in terms of things that I do want to do and things which I don't want to do as well. Just seeing how they just play and like kind of change the family dynamic and stuff like that. But yeah.
I'm going to ask a question, but no offense though. do you think you would like to marry or be with someone like your father? Do you see, let's say the father or the man that your father is to your mom, not a father and child, but the husband he is to your mom? Would you like to settle down with someone like that?
So I feel like everyone says that you always go for someone like your dad, which is interesting because they always say that, because even with me, I'm starting to see traits in myself where I'm like my mom, and they're like, that's the woman that raised me. So naturally, there are certain things where I'm like, oh, okay, like that reminds me of my dad. So yeah, in some things, like yes, 100%.
But not all
things, no. Because again, no one's perfect, and I feel like it's not fair to expect like such an amazing thing from one person. And I think that's part of like growing up, when you realize, oh wow, like your parents are actually just human.
Yeah,
they're just winging it, and just kind of expecting them to not make any single mistake is like, it's not realistic.
It's not.
Yeah.
But I know that as a kid, you look at them like that, they're the best person in the world.
Yeah.
My dad is number one. But then when you get older, you realize that it's not actually like that. But
do you think that your relationship with dad also kind of protected you from?
Do you know these boys that would have broken your heart left and right?
Because you're not an ugly girl.
no, I know that.
But wait. So wait, before this, are you in a relationship though?
No, I'm not.
Why?
Oh.
I'm not. But I think
She's not in a relationship. You heard her.
One thing that I always say is like, my parents are so lucky.
I'm shocked.
Why?
Okay, we'll talk about this behind the scenes.
But she's not lying though.
Jason, I'm not wanting. Why is Jason? I thought
I'm
we'll
just
talk
saying.
about this. Calm down.
There's nothing to talk about.
This is a personal conversation we are going to have.
Anyways, that's what I was saying.
Nigeria is coming out. That's what I was saying.
How was my accent?
Oh my god! I speak better Nigerian accent than all of you, and I'm not even Nigerian.
Nice.
I'm not even
Yeah,
Nigerian.
but you're West African. You're Ghanaian.
Don't gas her. Don't gas her.
Wait, what
She
do you
can't
mean
do
don't
a
gas her?
Nigerian. She can't talk Nigerian better than her. That was sounded very
you're wrong.
Ghanaian. Sounded very Ghanaian.
No, he's such a hater.
Sounded
Take
like
three,
you're speaking tree.
as I was saying. I see you guys like to interrupt now.
Go on.
You're sorry.
But I keep saying that my parents are so lucky that I don't know how they did it, but they raised a very, I like to say, level-headed girl. Because when I went,
but you are.
Thank you.
You are.
But then when I went to like secondary school, the amount of nonsense that I learnt from my peers.
I could just imagine Tito like.
No, literally. Like, I'll get there. I'll be like, what? Like, everything in terms of sex, relationships, drugs, alcohol.
It's in secondary school.
I'm just like, and I could see so many girls like learning about this for the first time, and then they would think, oh, okay, I want to try this. Whereas with me, there are so many things which I learned about that I'm like, keep that away from me.
Yeah.
I don't like. There were so many opportunities where I could just do whatever, but I'm like, I don't know how. Thank God, my parents as well. They raised the correct somebody.
No.
I could be doing so much. But anyway, they've been blessed. But then it's them ones where it's like, also in the same breath, because of that and because I wasn't really like swayed by what was happening. Same thing with relationships, like all the guys that they'd be like screaming over. I'm like, but then it's like it's catch-22 almost, in the sense where it's like, okay, cool. No one's interested, so you're kind of thinking, oh, like, okay, but I don't really dwell on that as well. So it's the same thing of like, okay, I'm not interested, but in the same breath, no one's showing interest either. So it's like,
maybe because you were too because you were too busy dealing with things that was very important or is very important.
Maybe
you're not really availing yourself in that.
Yeah, I think maybe I was just too good, like too
You were
well behaved.
You were.
Yeah.
Oh,
you are.
No, I know I am.
Don't say
But
you
I'm like,
was.
no, but as a kid as well, because I remember like even certain things where my friends would be like, oh no, don't bring that around Tito, because like they know that there's just certain things that they can't bring to me, because it's just not that I would do anything or I won't look at them any less or judge them.
They just know
But it's
what
just
you're
like,
it's not your cup of tea.
I don't mess with this. So I think I was lucky in that.
By the way, Jason's mouth is going up and down. What do you want to say? Oh yeah, because when you were talking, his mouth, he wants to say something as if he knows something.
I was not going to say anything.
Oh, okay, because your lips were moving, so I just wanted for you to add on. Maybe you were there in secondary school.
Go on, Tito.
But Jason is acting like he was there in class with you, so I don't know.
No, because we've talked.
Yeah.
If you talk to Jason on this podcast, he will reveal it.
That's fine.
No,
I
that's
have
it, by
nothing
the
to
way, guys.
hide.
That's it, by the way. Today is Jason. I want to just throw him under the bus as
Don't
usual.
worry.
If I throw it back to you, Joanna, you won't be happy.
Please don't do that.
Let's be fair.
Let's be fair. So like we've talked about our upbringings and how like I can see how the importance of also having a 2-parent household, how that can also shape how you see things, especially if you see your dad a certain way, especially if he was present, or I know your dad traveled, but when he was around, he was present,
Yeah.
so like seeing that is just like, if my daddy won't treat me like this, who are you? That helps.
That helps, but we are saying this to say it's not just me growing up, because it's different from the two of you. I'm the one that grew up in Africa, yeah? My upbringing. So back home in Ghana, it's a community that raises a child, not just. I didn't see my mom because my mom worked 9 to 5. She's a nurse, going Monday to. She doesn't even like to stay home. So it was like my neighbors, my society, my sisters that raised me, technically. I didn't feel the void, as we've said before in the family tree. Like, my dad got ill when I was young and all that, and he passed on. Go and watch that episode. I'm not even going to give you a background story. So I didn't really feel the need or a void when it comes to father. Because my mom and the society, the community covered up that space for me. I had uncles. I'm just saying this to say that our environment also affects the way we deal. It's actually, to me, it plays 90% of the role as to how you're going to transition your life decisions and the people you're going to meet and how you're going to make certain decisions. It forms a lot of. So this will now bring me to what I wanted us to talk about in the video, where the girl that I sent to you, because it's a healing platform. They talk about, they've dealt with situations. Femi Lazarus. It's a healing platform. So this lady, when I listened to the backstory, her dad never acknowledged her.
Yeah.
Her dad never liked her.
Yeah.
And it's like her mom had her.
Her dad never, yeah, go on.
Yeah. So this is her story. Her mom had her, and she said growing up till 6, she realized that mom was not mentally stable. There was something wrong with her mom.
I think the 10 up
And then the mom was,
like
the mom got out of the house at age 6. So, and when her mom had her is where her mom relapsed more, because that was where the mental, but in Africa at that time, people were not really learned, or they were clueless about postpartum depression and things like mental health. They'll put everything on
say something is troubling her.
Yeah, and they'll think it's spiritual, because he said they used to flog her mom in churches and stuff for prayer camps. Yeah. So that's all she saw. And her dad, because the pain of her, like the dad looking at her, that she also looks like her mom exactly. So her dad would look at her and she'll see her mom, and like he's always upset. But they didn't treat the rest of the siblings like that. It was just because it was her turn when she was giving birth to that all the crisis happened. They threw everything on her. So she said she left home. Her dad didn't want her to go to secondary school. She didn't see the need for her. He didn't see the need for her to be educated. Yeah. But she had to go and lie to one of her uncles. Her uncle had to come and lobby for her to now go to school, And then when she left home, that wasn't. Her dad never even called. Till the time that she was even on the healing platform, she has not spoken to her dad. Yeah? This is it. And that led to her being, and she said she was a child of God. She had a great relationship with God. She prayed. She was spiritual. She never let the Holy Spirit, left the Holy Spirit. But look at it. Look at her journey. Because of the circumstances surrounding her upbringing, and because she felt like she didn't have the love of her father, when she went into her first relationship and the man was beating her blue black, said, storming my stomach. How can
like fighting her like she was?
There was this iron rod that she said. If you don't know what iron rod is, I don't know if you people build in the UK, you've seen those rods they put in concrete to hold a building. Is what the man used to beat her and slap her with her face, swollen and stuff. And she said she was still. It was even after the beatings is when she would fall in love more. And I'm saying this to say, because I even have personal friends that love this. They love to be abused, and then after the abuse is when they feel like, okay, I'm being loved. Because the men will now go and buy them presents and pet them. Because can you imagine, said the man will buy her biscuits and chocolates after? Because tell me what kind of household you will grab that biscuit and chocolate will make me feel like you love me after you've beaten me blue black. Because
but his
it's a lot to unpack here.
It's a lot to unpack, and I think this is where I have, watching that video, it taught me the importance of women having men in their lives that are platonic. And I know a lot of people say, they like to say men and women can't be friends. It's not possible for that. But because she did, to me, this is now my vantage point. Because she didn't have present male role models in her life, or that like she was unprotected, right? From that standpoint. Because I look at some of the female friends that I have, even you two on here. If you lot came to me and said, next man's beating you, it's not a thing where I'm praying. It's like, okay, so where is he? Where is he? It's and that's just
we go and talk with our fists.
That's the truth. Like, I'm gentle, I'm nice, but you can't play like that. And then it will be, I'll just be making, hey, bro, my friends that don't know you will now be like, listen, we're rolling up to where this guy is, and we're gonna be so
some
like,
Brixton things,
yeah.
Man.
So hence why when I meet people, like if Tito was to present a potential boyfriend, or you were to present, there's the nice Jason that they see, but there's also that. So what's your business here? Even one time I was joking with somebody at one of our last productions, but I was like half joking, half serious. Somebody brought a potential suitor, and I said something, and the guy got upset. Yeah, he was upset because he thought I was serious. It was like, yeah, the person should know that you are not played with. So if you're stepping, you need to be at my energy about this specific person. There's like, even with the guy, like let's say me, Michael, Tim. If anything happened to any of you lot, it's crickets for whoever it is. And even with somebody coming in to step to any of you guys, if we are there, they're gonna know that you are protected. And I feel like for the men out there that like to be like hungry and thirsty for female energy in that way, like sometimes you should be there, especially if you know that this person doesn't have male figures around you. Be there to be protect, because you don't know what she's dealing with. And like the girl, like she was beating black and blue,
every day for 2 years,
biscuit and tea. Imagine, and chocolate.
And she said what even hurt me was the fact that she said she had a mentor that she went to, and the mentor gave her money, like, go report this guy to the police right now. And she now went back, give the money to the guy, and they spent the money together. I'm saying, no, see.
Did they even spend it together?
Yeah, they said they spent it together. Give it to the guy. No. Said they gave it to the guy and they spent it together. But the thing is, this lady's story is just one way. I've seen strong women, people that were brought up with love. I don't know if there's this influencer in Nigeria. She was Chioma Good Hair. She was on Real Housewives of Lagos, where she mentioned that her boyfriend at the time was abusing her. And she broke down because when you see Chioma Good Hair, body check, fashion check, everything, and she comes from a rich home, we're going to beat up. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, and when she broke down, I was like, okay, it's happening to you too? Because sometimes we think that from what you said, she comes from a loving home. She has both parents, she has brothers, she has people that are protective of her. Hold
on. No. Here's the thing though. This is where it's important. You can have brothers and they can love you, right? But if you are in a position where you cannot tell your brother or your male friends that this next man is putting hands on you, that's a problem.
Just isn't that easy.
But this is
not that easy.
But this is where so now this is where the onus now goes on to the women. I'm going to say this, and I don't think I'll get cancelled for saying this.
Why would you get cancelled?
Because the world is sensitive.
Please.
But if you're going through something like that, and you know that you have people there that can protect you better than you're being protected, say something. Because once it doesn't start out as physical. Most times, it's you ain't good for nothing. Then it becomes the push. Then it becomes the slap, then the punch, then the kick, then all of that. All throughout that, the way y'all ladies talk, y'all should be telling your friends all that stuff. Why you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate here because it's not even the devil's advocate.
It's just a different perspective.
It's a reality of it because if you've experienced what we're trying to talk about, you understand that sometimes you, the victim, feel like, okay, if I go and say, because in Africa, And I say this here. The moment you say a man beats you, you know the first question they ask you, what did you do? When you go to the police station. So domestic abuse is not, it's now that awareness is being created. But see, in my neighborhood, my neighbors will be fighting. The man collected machete, tap, 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 gone. The lady died. Like people abuse, like the men abuse women.
Because there's no, but they do that because there's no, when they know that there's no consequence.
Because that's what I'm saying, in that country, in that part of the world. So when you go and tell, I've seen people go to their parents like, Mom, this man is abusing me. They're like, what did you do?
But even here, obviously,
what are you doing that the man is beating you? But if you're asking me that, obviously, how am I going to be able to open up to? Because first of all, the question should not be, what did I do? He doesn't have any right to put his hands on me as a woman because I am not your child. Even your child.
Just as another human being.
You don't have the right to. But they make it like, okay, if you didn't do anything, they will not beat you. So it has become a norm. And then the women that transcend and go into relationships and marriages think, okay, if my man beats me, he's correcting me. A lot of people go around with that mentality. I said, I had a friend. I'm sorry. I had a friend that they will beat. And I went as far as go to their house, pack up the stuff. You know, she went behind me with the boy when they became one. They went to tell the boy everything I said. The boy now came to do for me to also beat me on top.
Did he beat
you? He was looking for me to beat me, but my mom did not allow that because at that time we were living, but he didn't put his hands on me because that one would have been, my sister would even, that my sister that, she doesn't play. But I'm saying, you see, her mentality. I was trying to help.
But, okay, I think people do negative stuff when there's no consequence. Like, let me ask you guys this, okay? Relating to me now. You guys both know me. If there was a situation, let's say randomly, God forbid this ever happened to you, but would you ever feel comfortable coming to me or any of the male friends in your life that you trust to say, brother put his hands on me, or brother called me out my name, or he's just exhibiting signs of mad disrespect? Would you feel comfortable to say that?
I would.
Yeah, at this now I would, to be fair.
I would like to think so.
But in the moment, you don't know what you would do.
Not even in the moment. I feel like, because I understand when we're saying like the biscuits and chocolates, but it's like I can imagine the emotion that he will be showing towards her, like, oh, I'm sorry.
And you'll see such, and even stuff.
Yeah, you'll see such a caring and understanding side that you're like, oh, maybe he just didn't mean it. Yeah. So then me coming to tell you will be one of, okay, you're not going to then see that nice side after him. Like, you're not going to be able to forgive him. So we don't want you to get the wrong idea of him in your head, because then that's it kind of thing. It's kind of a done deal. Whereas, yeah, because you're not looking to forgive. Whereas I can imagine...
I will always forgive.
No, but it's not easy. You're always going to see it.
But... No, but that's my stance as well, as one of like 100% tell you. But then I can imagine the person being like, oh, but like he was really sincere when he came to apologize for me. This is why I felt like I can't really tell you because you won't really forgive and So,
Jason, it's not easy like out there, to be fair. But I mean,
I think I can relate in a certain way only because it's a negative action that's been done. Obviously, I was cheated on and I stayed. If I had shared it with some of my boys, they'd be like, my jigger.
Okay?
If you don't get your...
always a cheater.
Exactly. Like they would have, but I didn't share it.
Yeah.
You see, so I can relate it.
Why didn't you share it?
Once a cheater, always a cheater. It's what they're going to tell him. He didn't want to hear it.
Because I thought that they would change.
You see?
And I also, there was things that were happening that I was enjoying.
I mean, fair enough. But I mean, you see your
also,
first instinct.
But also,
your instinct, the way you thought through
the other thing is the way, because of that relationship, I knew it wasn't going to be a lifetime. So I was just like, let me just enjoy it. Yeah, so.
How did you know it wasn't going to be a lifetime if you stayed after the cheating?
No, guys always know.
I knew.
So they just waste our time. Men.
No, it's not.
When men are serious, they'll...
Yeah. I knew it wasn't, so I was just like, let me, I know this wasn't forever. If it was a relationship I was looking like that, it's going to be forever.
Anyway.
What I do want to know though, if it was flipped, so let's say a woman put her hands on you.
It depends.
On what? Like with the intention to hurt you?
Just one slap. How about slapping first?
Let's say it starts with the F this, and this, you're this, you're that.
I don't even like shouting. Like, don't shout at me.
Okay.
Really? In your relationship?
No. I don't shout at me. Don't shout at me.
Funny enough, I don't even shout when I'm in a relationship.
Do not
I'm
shout
sure.
at because I will shut down.
No. Yeah, because I was shut down too when I'm being shouted.
And if I start to if I shut down too many times, that's also me exiting with the relationship. Do not shout at me. So the thing for me, now I have a smart mouth.
You
so
do. Yeah, he does. I'm just reaffirming what you said. You do.
I didn't need reaffirmation. But I have a smart mouth.
Yeah.
So like if I know that if I'm in a tit for tat type of situation, I could say something that could provoke.
You're one of them ones that you
I
have
could.
to cut deep.
Yeah, which is why I don't. So like if I'm in an argument with somebody, my natural default, if this starts to go crazy, I will always scale back. So
That's
it's
exactly what I
after
do.
a while. If I've done this 6, 7, 8 times, that 9th time,
It's a
I
wrap.
am
When you
going
get the
for
reaction.
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a wrap.
And then if you now like slap me, I know it will be because of something I said that was because when I go, I'm not aiming to match your energy.
Yeah,
It needs to be
You're
a
gonna
finishing.
finish every.
It's a finishing.
Like Mortal
Finish
Kombat,
them.
who shoots first?
Yeah, it's a finishing because I want you to understand that you drove. Like I've given you 8 chances to Farabale.
Okay.
Congratulations, Jason. He knows Farabale. Guys, we've improved. If you know, you know. We've improved to Farabale.
But I've given you 8 chances.
Yeah.
So by that 9th time, oh no. Now I need to show you who I am.
I don't like arguing. But okay, let's back down a bit. You know, from the lady's story and a few things I've seen, do you know that we have a lot of damage and hurt people right now in
And
the
hurt
society.
people.
No, I am tired of hearing that hurt people.
That's the truth.
So why are the blessed people not blessing people?
They do.
Anyway, because we all, as human beings, we all have some sort of hurt and pain we're dealing with,
Yeah.
regardless.
True.
So you can't tell me just because you've been hurt in a particular sector, it has to transcend to everyone.
But sometimes not everybody. Go on, Tito. Sorry.
Go.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily that it's intentional. It's just them ones where that might be all they know. So then that's what they then go and show. Whether it's right or wrong, it's just they're just acting how they've been taught. So
They don't know any better.
Yeah, because this lady's story that we are talking about, she said she's getting married. Okay, she's in a relationship, a loving relationship. So when she met her fiancé was too peaceful and too calm.
Yeah.
She didn't like it.
Even she didn't
She
like.
thought it was a problem, and she would always shout and
try
cause
to get
chaos.
him
And the man was like, "You are driving me away because I'm not used to this." And she said that. What even pissed like it didn't piss me. It pained me to the core because she said when she saw her fiance's parents, like the fiance
family, they would speak
were
every day.
lovely.
Lovely.
They will call how are you? And the mother-in-law will be just what's your own?
Yeah.
She doesn't know that, so that was annoying her and it was triggering her because I'm like, what is this? So it took the Holy Spirit and it took time for her to understand it. Even at the time that she was saying she's healed, she's still processing that peaceful part that she's on because she's never known men to be peaceful with her. She's only known the violence and the shouting and you know.
And
So
shiggy.
imagine you meeting your significant other in that, you know, from that particular
Yeah.
world. I have dealt with someone like that before. And it's not an easy, I don't wish that even on your worst enemy.
But what I love about her story most of all is that during her healing process, especially in this relationship, when she started to make a conscious effort to not be trying to trigger him to hit her, she would check in with him and be like, am I improving? Am I
You
improving?
said the Holy Spirit though. She said sometimes when she's going to do it, the Holy Spirit tell her.
Yeah, but
"Don't
it's
do it."
even her asking him like, am I improving? Because it's check it. She's now using it
checking.
as a barometer. Like, how am I
Yeah.
doing this week? Am I okay this week?
Yeah.
So it's that coming to like knowing yourself enough to like, let me, and also being humble enough to be like, let me come to this person who is supposed to be going to be my life partner and saying, all right, how am I doing this week? So it's okay. Listen, it's all right to mess
After
up.
they're checking and they know the mess up, there's levels to messing up. I realize because a lot of people are damaged, they don't know how to receive love. You know when you're giving love to the wrong person at the wrong, it doesn't mean they are bad people. They're just not right in the moment you're pouring into them.
Yeah.
And a lot of, for me, that's the kind of relationship I've experienced. I'm always trying to, it's not trying, I want to be the fixer. Like I see them, I've seen the red flag, even red banner. I'm like,
the whole picture is red.
The whole, it's a banner.
The couch is red, the
And I'm
carpet
like,
is red, the house is red.
Hey, Joe, we're not having enough love to give.
The t-shirt
you
is
know?
red.
Hey, no, you're
I'm not a red flag though.
I mean, and this is our serious things that we're dealing with out there. If you're on the streets of dating, it's not funny at all.
Streets are cold.
You know, it's not. It's the streets are cold. It's not funny, and you meet people that they don't even know how to receive love.
Do you know what? There's an evangelist that said this, and I want to make sure that I'm quoting this correctly. He said, "Teach me how to love, show me the way to surrender my heart."
So don't try.
Sorry,
Don't join in.
No, I
don't be
couldn't.
tempted.
Even if I wanted to, I couldn't because I didn't know the lyrics.
Yeah, so don't join in.
I let
You know,
you down, Jason. I'm sorry.
But really, real talk, I think, but this is the thing, where grace comes in. I think it's okay. There are people in the world that won't know how to receive love, but they're open to learning.
They're
And
open,
that's
sister.
the key.
But majority of them too are not open. Majority. I'm saying this with my full chest because this is like I've experienced it. I don't care. Just that look is not happening. Majority of them are not will. And even when it comes to not even just, you even have people like mere friends that they don't know. They're not so used to people being nice to them and stuff.
Kind, yeah.
I remember at McDonald's, like my friend is very stingy with money. And because she's not, no, she doesn't give. So when I offered to buy her a meal, she was surprised. I'm like, me, £4. Even if I don't have, it is no money. Because this person lent me £1. They called me to collect the £1. You know, so she wasn't expecting the kindness.
Give me my £1 back.
Yeah, she was texting me, babe, can I have
Hello?
can I have a £1? And like £1 just because you topped it up. But that's how, you know. So when I was buying her the meal, she was feeling. She's like, oh, are you Joanna, are you sure? I said, it's just a meal, £4. Like, it's not that deep for me, you know. And a lot of people, because they've been, like, they already know how to give is violence, and they've, like, there's a wall, not violence, but there's a wall and a closure for them to open up and be kind. They don't know how to receive the kindness and the love people are throwing at them. And that also is a very big problem, because if I'm loving you in all my capacity, and you don't know how to receive it, and I run out of love. Just like Basketball Wives LA, season 1, there was this girl called Iman or Amani, where she was in a 10-year relationship with her ex-fiancé, and she broke down when Jennifer and her husband, you know, Jennifer has been the longest, I think the only married basketball wives on there. You've been watching it, don't look at me. They were having their 17th or 16th wedding renewal. And Jennifer marries her husband every year. Basketball Wives, LA. If
Jackie.
you've not seen it. Jackie, sorry. Not Jennifer Williams, Jackie. So I was waiting for you to, you know, Jackie and Dog, right? And then Imani just broke down, like, I want to love somebody like that, but I have run out of it. I don't have any to give anybody. And she was crying and crying. I was like, because I've put everything I had into this man, and he was a wrong person. He didn't know how to receive, but now I'm empty. So imagine her now going to meet another damaged person.
And I think this is one of the things where I want to say, I'll go back to Tito for just a second, is the being able to pick well. I think there's the fairy tale of love that's promoted for you guys, for females, often, like, obviously now things are changing in terms of the types of indoctrination that happens consciously and subconsciously, but go and marry, find husband, go and marry, find husband, go and marry,
If it's
find
that easy,
husband.
go and bring it now.
No, but I mean, this is what's being said to you guys from a young age. Like, you need to go and, you know, you want to. So I think there's a level of, so I think your walls are broken down, or I won't say broken down, are not as high when you meet a guy sometimes. And so potentially you find yourselves in situations where your chooser or your picker or your nonsense detector, you know, all of that stuff is not just, it's not calibrated in the right way. So you find yourselves in situations, and obviously this person is coming from a jacked up background, or has has baggage that they're pulling along that they're not even aware of, and they've put it onto you. So now you're hurt. And so the next time it's time to choose, your guard is up, and sometimes your guard is up to the right person, and now you've driven him away, and then you think, I should have not been as negative in this. So then you bring your guard all the way down, and it's like it's just like a never ending. Yeah, and I think that when you have men and women that aren't thirsty, you find that, I guess most times they'll find themselves in better relationships. It may not be relationships that last all the time, but they're more healthier. If they split up, it's not because of shiggy. It's just, all right, we grew apart, and you can see them move on peacefully. But when you have people that are getting into stuff that's broken, it's a continued cycle of stuff. So how do you?
Wait, Tito wanted to say something because I thought you were raising your hands when he was talking, or was it a sign? I saw you doing this.
Oh, that wasn't intentional.
Okay,
but
sorry.
Before you move on, what I would say is it does remind me of, so when you were saying with the video that you watched, how she was basically like self-sabotaging and trying to provoke her husband. That's what it kind of reminds me of, is that she kind of went into that expecting a certain treatment.
All her relationships, she was doing that. She would provoke you for you to beat her.
No, but I'm happy that he was the one to be like, listen, like...
I'm not.
I ain't putting hands on you.
Literally. Yeah. So I think for her, that's what she needed to see before she was like, okay, I can actually let down my guard.
Yeah.
To actually potentially provoke him to the point where he would be so frustrated to potentially even act towards her, but he proved himself that he didn't. So I'm happy that she was able to see that side of him, and now they're working towards.
That's what, it only takes a willing. Everyone is out. We all are like broken, damaged souls at some point. I think even in the church, I just say that we are all coming to look for healing. It's like a mental home or a hospital that people are coming to look for healing. So I say this to say you just have to be cautious of who you are as a person, because I look at myself, I ask people when they're like, I can't find it, but are you the person you want to date? Ask yourself that question. If I'm to date me right now, will I be happy with the kind of person you are? But because so many times we like to throw things on people and expectations on people, and we are not even up to that, level. Anyway, I think I deflected a bit. I want to go back to the video, the ladies, because there was something that she also mentioned that is very, very peculiar there for me. Because she said, before her fiancé, now that she got a second one that was also peaceful. And she would push and push and push and push. Like, why are you not beating me? Why are you not beating me? Because that's all she knew. It took her to start praying. No, she said because of God, but she was also trying to put herself, okay, I want to be aware of my situation. Why do I behave this way? What is making me act this way? Why? And then, I don't know if you know, there's a renowned pastor that Mama Eno has written a book on it. Pastor Jereze and Mama Eno, she is a woman of God. She's well educated. Her book came out and she's spoken about it. It's public. That she said, okay, she was coming from a home that is not peaceful. They knew how to, everything is shouting on top of their voice. So when she met Pastor Jereze is calm, quiet, and and then Pastor Jereze said their first fight, she scattered the whole kitchen place on the floor. And the man was like, he was in shock standing
in
there.
Marriage.
Yes, in marriage. The first 5 years. Said
you can't. If you did that to me in a relationship.
She said, what is this? And then the man said he started his antenna because he started withdrawing because I'm not used to this. This is not Lord. This is not why you asked me to marry this woman, because what is this? And she said, babe, if you keep doing this, I'm going to run away from you. And they were married. And he was a pastor. And she's also like, obviously, if you're a pastor's wife, plus she was in education because she's not a head of a university or something. So she's not somebody that is not learned though. But you can see how certain environments can nurture you and then train you to be who you're not. It took her about a couple of years. Like, I had to sit down because I was losing my husband before she started now trying to say, okay, I need healing. I need to stop. Because the man is not violent. Why are you violent? But she said all she knows is both. Where she's coming from. She grew up in, she mentioned the States. I don't know, but that's all they knew. So it would take people that they want to work with you. You also have to be self-aware of who you are.
I think also in marriage, if you discover that type of behavior, obviously if it's not, obviously it's not violent towards you, but it's violent. It's a little bit harder to.
Where are you going in that marriage? It's for better, for worse. Where do you want to go? Like,
if it's something where, obviously this will not come near any of our households.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
But if I'm married and my wife scatters the kitchen,
Look at what this is. He's memorizing his chef plates and all of that. It's like
and any of those
his
things
chef
land,
dishes in his plates.
any of those things land on me, it's not going to be a problem.
So are you gonna beat her?
I'm not, there's
No,
nev-
but you,
That.
yeah.
it's not going to be a problem, but
yeah.
papers will be. I'm not
In my
staying
head,
there.
that's a problem.
Huh?
Yeah, in my head, that's a problem. As in, I feel like there would have to be some sort of
The marriage-
separation.
The marriage is done.
Really?
Yeah.
For you to throw. Okay,
Because
they
why
didn't
can't
throw
you
it at
regulate? Yeah, it
They
doesn't
just
matter.
I don't. If any of the, I don't even care if it was if it was unintentional. If any of those things landed on me in the middle of your tantrum, then I'm out.
For me, it
Because-
doesn't even have to touch me. Like the fact that you have to throw a tantrum like that
Yeah.
shows me that you can't regulate your emotions.
Yeah.
And it's just dumb. So I'm like, yeah, I can't live in this. Like, everything
Yeah.
that we've paid for, you're
Exactly.
just scattering. It's like
And they're gonna
you
buy it
don't
again.
respect the house enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you have to, I'm leaving that house
I
for a
say
bit.
this to
Like,
say, first of all, we are sitting here because if you've been with, you don't see people for who they are from the beginning. People can put
Father
on an
Lord,
act.
let me see.
I'm telling you, people can put on
Let
the first
us
when you are dating
see.
somebody, and as women, when you are dating somebody, they show you all the things you want to see in the first 6 months. Then your antenna just goes, because that's when common sense leaves your body. It's now emotion. I'm telling you. Then after 6 months, you are entered. It's like, yeah, what's this?
Do you think that's what it is for you at this your big
No, I'm
age?
saying as women, I need deliverance from love. When I'm in love, when I'm in love, when I'm in love,
Not deliverance from love.
No, but when I'm in love, my senses just go. It doesn't, like I'm saying, it's not, now at my big age, I'm scrutinizing a lot of things because
Yeah.
I'm not really in a rush to settle down. No, like people are going like, no, I'm not in a rush to settle down. I will marry right. In fact, we will marry right. We will not marry
Lord.
foolish partners. We will not marry wicked souls.
Touch your screen.
We
Touch your
will
screen.
not
Touch your screen.
marry people that are not accountable to God. We will marry right in Jesus' name. So I said this to say, people will come. We are sitting here. If you already found yourself in that situation, in the beginning, that's not how the person was. Because they will come with a facade that is not them. How are you going to unpack when they start showing you the real them? Because a lot of people, from the first 6 months of the relationship, you're not going to know.
Annul the marriage is fraud.
So what are you going to do?
that's not what I signed up to.
This is not what no, it can't happen. It can't happen. I know the type. I know where my mind.
No. People that are going through it.
People are going through it.
They're saying it can't happen. It's happening. They're saying it can't happen. Have you been
I'm
on
saying
the
to me.
streets?
Saying to me. But if you're dealing with this and you're in a situation where the person that you married has now showed that they're doing Jekyll and Hyde,
My mouth is doing me like this, but I will not. That shall
I
not
will
talk.
say, pray about it. I think if in terms of
God
if,
is busy solving cancer and stuff.
if
His
they're-
character cannot be prayed about. I beg.
if they're going to be if they're putting their hands on you,
Pray about it.
leave.
To where?
Leave immediately.
Go to your mom's house, your sister's house, your friend's house. If they're putting their hands on you,
We talk about
bounce.
this. It's
Bounce.
not easy, Jason.
Bounce. I'm not saying it's easy, but bounce. I'm not saying find a way to bounce.
Yeah.
Okay? If you're in marriage. If you're just in relationship,
It's different.
run.
That one,
Run. Sprint like you're Shakari
When you slap me
Richardson.
for the first, like I didn't mean to.
No.
I don't care. No. No.
Me,
If
generation,
they-
once you do like this, that one I'm going.
If
You
they
don't-
did-
you don't slap me, just
If they slapped you and they said they will not do it again, the only way that you can let them get one of your boys.
Yeah.
Let them slap them once too.
and they will not do it again. And you stay in the relationship. After they've slapped your boy has slapped
Obviously, I've said that for a reason.
Yeah.
them. I mean,
Of course.
But some people will stay. There are women that will stay.
A lot
Don't
of
get it.
people-
A lot of people will stay. Like you said, a lot of people will stay.
Yeah, 'cause like
And
I
it's
said,
true,
not easy.
but this is if you are looking for a sign to leave that relationship where you're being abused physically, verbally, financially, mentally, this is your sign.
Okay. On that note, I want us to, we didn't really list the trauma or the effects of relationship trauma, the romantic part. But how are we going to, for someone watching us that is going through, especially the abuse part is what I'm really, really keen on and sensitive about, because a lot of people are going through it in real
Correct.
life.
Bounce.
My friend would tell me that she would rather be abused and cry in a Range Rover than, be in a loving relationship where the person is poor. See people's mentality. Like,
I don't mean to make light of it, no, but there's an episode of one of the scary movies where Brenda, they're talking about somebody making out with a backup dancer. But the one line that always sticks out for me from that scene is, she don't love herself. And it's funny, but for you to stay in a situation like that, male, female,
people are
you don't love
willing
yourself.
to.
And you need to, no, but if you love yourself, you need to learn to love yourself and put a metric of what you deserve. If you don't love yourself, you'll let people treat you anyhow. Friendship, relationship, anyhow.
So I didn't love myself when my friends were treating me anyhow.
Yeah.
Joanna.
You didn't love yourself enough.
Tito,
Yeah. I think
please say something.
it's hard because a lot of people may not know how to love themselves,
Teach me how to love.
like,
You can teach me how to pray. That one, uncle.
or like their boundaries either. So I feel like it's
It's
sensitive.
a dice.
It's
a
definitely
thing.
nuanced.
easier said than done.
Thank you.
It's
easier
but okay.
Let it all
Go
get
on.
a word in, please.
keep going. No.
Okay, let me say this. And I don't want to I don't want to
You don't
sound
think it's just like,
I don't think it's not that I'm a man. It's because I understand that people are going through this and it's not good. And my thing is, don't stay there. Don't stay in, like, okay, maybe you need to learn how to love yourself more. All right, like Tito said, boundaries. Would you beat yourself? Would you talk down on yourself? And maybe
People
you're
do.
actually, maybe if you're
people
dealing,
talk down on themselves.
maybe if you're dealing with that, then this is something that you might need to speak to somebody about. Like, why do I not value myself in a certain way? You know? And I'm talking about people that are into the kinky stuff where that's what they're into. But I'm saying that you're living your life and your life isn't better because of this. Your life is slowly getting worse and worse. You're not recognizing who you are when you look at yourself in the mirror anymore because you're in this situation. Talk to somebody and start to figure out if you could paint the perfect picture for yourself and how you want to be treated and how you want to live and how you want to love. Write all of that down and now start to apply that to your life. And if you need help to leave, call somebody.
Yeah.
And not just in relationship, but even some of these people that are in churches where they're being abused in the church, like where it's kind of like cultish. If you know,
We have an episode for why did
I
you
know.
get
I'm
one
just going to drop that. But I'm saying it's all part of abuse. It's all part of that trauma. If you're finding yourself in a situation where it's hard for you to leave and you know you have to, get help. Trust or call me.
Usually the
Drop-
victims.
Put it in the comments.
Seriously,
Right,
put
Jason?
it. Send us an email,
Or send a DM,
uncensored
but
but
seasoned.
seasoned at gmail.com. Send us a DM. I promise you, if you let me know and you're in the UK area, okay, I will.
Joanna will do with Ghana.
Even if it's Africa, we'll find help.
She has
Trust
connects.
me.
She has connects.
If it's Ghana, Nigeria, we'll still find help.
She's gonna take care of the African region.
Wow, just throw
I'll
me
take care of the
African
UK region. But no, let me tell you, like me and the man then will show up.
Wow.
For a brother that's dealing with it, for a sister that's dealing with it. That's what I
And
got.
then a lot of people, I say this to say that apart from the physical abuse, a lot of people don't know that even some of the worst ones are the mental and the emotional abuse is worse.
And financial.
Yeah, if you've lived through that abuse, you will not even know until it has become part and part, like it has become your character. You don't know. So it's not easy for you to just get up one day and go. When it's happening, it's like it starts small. They drop you here and there, and then they suck you, they drag you in. So I say this because emotional abuse and mental abuse is worse. At least hitting me, I know you're harming me physically, so I can run from you. Like that one, I'm seeing the physical.
Even that physical abuse has a mental abuse side to it
but
as well.
the emotional abuse where they are not, even if you're in a relationship where the person is not even acknowledging you, your feelings hasn't mean nothing to them. They talk down on you. They call you worthless. They call you all sort of names. They verbally abuse you as well. It's a lot of things that goes on in relationship. And unfortunately for us as women, because we've only been painted a picture of, okay, as a woman, you just need to grow up, marry, have kids and settle. That's the end for women. That's how in my generation was put in our head. It's like nothing else. They didn't empower us as women to go into the society. But right now, I think we are breaking the Gen Zs and us. We are trying to break that narrative because
I'm a Gen Z.
when your finances, financial empowerment is for everyone. But please, if you're a woman out there, find a career, have your money, because once you have your money and you have your own thinking power, you can navigate through the situations. You will not take, like if you have your own money, because apart from me going to a man, I'm just saying, 90% of the time in Africa, women are going through this because of the help, the man being the provider. They don't have anywhere to run to, because men on my
So
radio
they become
show,
runs girls.
they cry all the time. They're like, I don't know if I live, where am I going with the kids? Who is going to take up? So be financially empowered.
It's not what we're taught though. That's
what I'm saying. It's not what we are taught, but unfortunately now,
it's important.
Now there are systems and ways that you can empower yourself as a woman. Even if you start as petty trading, you have your small money, you would not go and be relying on someone fully for them to. Like I don't even want to go there because there's a lot to unpack. We're gonna go into that because Jason is waiting. His mouth is doing, there's a lot to unpack. If you don't have certain power to decide for yourself in this life, and you find yourself at the mercy of any human being, not even man, any human being, because that is what, if you're at the mercy of a human being, is when you're going to do the things you don't want to do. Because
compromise. You
compromise on your values and your things. So one thing I'm just leaving to, if you're listening to me out there and you're going through whether emotional, mental, physical, whatever sort of abuse, find help first, whoever you want to talk to. If it's not your family or you're afraid to speak up, because most of the time we feel like, you're going to be judged. Why would you allow this to happen to you? People will throw things at you, but they're not people. They're not the one living it. If you die today, I always look at this woman. What's her name? Onyenye, the woman, no. Inkuweme, the woman that died. You are the living God. The husband beat her and she died. Did you know that story? Oh Lord.
I heard of the story.
Yeah, Osinachi is her name.
Yeah.
The man has been abusing her for 10 years. The church allowed it. When she goes and reported, the church like, it's for better for us. And she died. When she died, the man went to prison for 2 years. The man escaped from the prison. They said the prison got burnt and he's nowhere to be found. He's living his best life.
Father Lord, find him.
With the next woman. So I'm just saying to men, whoever is abusing you, whoever is the whatever, would find themselves living their life with or without you. So why would you sacrifice yourself and your happiness for one person? I mean,
and you said something just now where, I think your question was, people will probably be like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
Like, that it's okay for the people that love you to ask you that question as they're helping you get out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they're not going to ask you that question and leave you there. They're going to be like, okay, why did you allow yourself to do that? Because and the reason why they'll ask you that is because they see your value. It's not a judgment. It's that they see you. They see the gold. They don't see the copper. They see the gold in you. That's why they're asking you that question. So don't be so turned off by that question that you forget the reason why they're asking you that. Because if you lot saw me being treated anyhow, you'd be like, bruv, why are you dealing with that?
Should you go for a mental checkup first? Because why would you allow yourself to go through that?
Exactly. But this is because you see me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Tito, do you have something to say to wrap this episode up? It has been a lovely episode. I mean, I love. Jason, I don't know why you're looking in the corner. Why are you thinking about?
No, because I'm just thinking about the people that go through that stuff, and it's a
lot. It's a lot. Even look at the number of celebrities that come out saying they are abused. Hollywood, Nollywood, everyone. The number of celebrities out there. I
mean, we just saw what happened with Diddy and when that it's like.
It's all abuse. So that's when someone is overpowering you, when someone is in power and you're not there, it's when you would compromise a lot of things.
But the thing,
Trust me.
This is it can go into a whole.
At the end of the day, I
conversation.
beg you, if you're out there, Mrs. Funke will say, marry from your tribe. Find the person from tribe. Doesn't mean tribe is not like your culture. It means
Yoruba.
somebody, no, not Yoruba. Somebody from your same mental wavelength, beliefs.
Be equally yoked.
Equally, just find somebody that understands your language, your love language, your body language, your life, your faith, everything. Even if you're a traditionalist, find your person, because it's crazy out there. It is crazy, and a lot of people are married to their enemies. On that being said, go and watch this movie, The Past, by Candy Barras, and we'll talk about that again. And if you've not seen it, go and watch it, The Past, and they would dissect it too as well, because it's happening too in real life. I mean, it's been an exciting episode, Jason. What do you have to say to educate our people? Your final words.
My final words is, if you're going through any type of situation where you're being abused, bounce. If you can't do it by yourself, make sure, go and find somebody that can help you, or drop us a DM,
Call Jason.
Send an email. Trust me, I'm not even just saying this as...
He will show up with machete, gunfires, all the Brixton men them will be there, okay?
I still have the baseball bat from Uncle Johnny. I keep that in the house for just in case. Don't allow yourself to be played with. You deserve so much more. If you were looking for a sign, this is your sign. Get out.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Tito?
No, same thing, honestly. This is something which is again, it's easier said than done, but if you can get out, please do. Because like you said, like, your life is worth much more.
So much more.
So we honestly wish you and pray that no harm comes to you. There are so many organizations that you can reach out to. If you have no one in your immediate family either, there are organizations who could help you with this process. So please do try to reach out. And thank you for tuning in today.
Thank you. So guys, on a lighter note, with that being said, there are over 8.5 billion people in this planet. And no, the world, wherever planet. Don't let one person dim your light. You've not even met 1,000. So why would you allow yourself for one person to kill you on God's green earth?
Let them know, Joe.
So, I mean, it's been a nice and amazing episode. Until our very next episode, don't forget to subscribe, follow, share, comment, like. It will not kill you, okay?
You won't die from doing it.
You will not die. Support the vision.
And if you know somebody that's going through abuse,
Help them.
send them this episode as their sign. Please.
Get out. Get out. Run for your
Get
life.
out
Your life is very important.
right
The world
now.
needs you. God needs you for his kingdom. Okay? Anyway, so until our very next episode, it's uncensored, but...
Season.
Guys, don't worry. Next time, I'm going to play my voice. I'm going to do uncensored. I don't have it. It's fine.
Okay, so next time we're holding you to that one.
Yeah, I'll do.
Try it. Uncensored, but season. Oh, no, let's try that one more time. Uncensored, but...
Wait. Let's go.
Uncensored, but...
Season. No, am I too high?
No, you'll go and we'll match you.
Okay.
Cool.
Uncensored.
No, you're putting me on the spot now.
No, you good. Uncensored, but...
Season.
That was my fault.
One more time. Uncensored, but...
Season. No.
Season.
No,
No, you were right. Season.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, uncensored, but...
Season. No.
That was right.
No, it was good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Uncensored,
Guys,
but...
I bet you're going to be bored.
No,
We're
we're
gonna
gonna
get
get
it
there.
right. Uncensored, but...
Season.
Season.
Okay.
Good.
I mean, I'm going to shout since I'm losing my voice. I'm going
It's okay. Take it
train
easy.
things because of Jason. He wants to oppress me. I will oppress the oppressor.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Ooh.
No.
We were just happy.